Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talk. So in the last few days we have heard the banging of the war drums from Boris and other puppet leaders, and today we see the invasion of Ukraine start and the obligatory remarks about World War III has started and so on. And really now is a time to be very careful, extremely careful of what we see and how we process it. Use discernment. Be careful what you share online because the propaganda will be ramped up to the max. I've already seen a number of posts on social media which are fake. Seen videos of dead soldiers and tanks on fire, and people are sharing it going, this is terrible. But it turns out the footage is years old and from somewhere else entirely different. So you've got to be careful. Now for me, is it all a coincidence that all of this is starting now? Immediately after the last 2 years of jib-jab, passport, endless hardcore propaganda. I made a video a while back there was two videos called World War III Part 1 and Part 2, where I said as soon as the governments around the world started dictating to their people that they had to take an injection or they would be out of a job, that they had announced war against their own people, and that because this was being done in lockstep across all countries all at the same time, all using the same coercive and threatening strategies, that this was an orchestrated and organized international attack. And now all of a sudden we are being led to believe that this lockstep unification of international governments is about to fall apart and World War III has started. There's a part of me that thinks that maybe these lockdowns and restrictions and passports that we've been subjected to over the last 2 years, maybe they were a practice run for maybe what's about to happen now. And this is all now still part of the plan. Could it be they've spent the last 2 years getting a significant majority of their individual populations, of their individual countries injected? And, let's start World War III as soon as we have achieved our goal. All of that unified lockstep international government blueprint suddenly not happening. Or is it, though? That's the question. Are things going to happen here which will be used as a cover-up for the aftermath of these mass injections? These are just my thoughts. This is just what's going on in my head this afternoon. So look, anyway, I would be very skeptical of what you are seeing and what you are being told. Question all footage that you see. Don't jump to conclusions and be wary of what you share, which I'm sure you know now after living through the last 2 years. There's a lot of talk about these Russian tanks and the letter Z. Here we see, why do Russian tanks have a mysterious Z symbol on them? There's a tank with a Z in circle, there's a one with a Z in a triangle, etc, etc. And there be a lot of talk of this online, and it seems there is no letter Z in the Russian alphabet. And of course there have been references to the Nazi SS type lightning Zeus symbolism. And also, I got this from a video by this guy on YouTube, Israel de Govera, and it says here that in Russian, Z translates into 33 in italics, which of course is the 33 Freemason number. I had a quick look into this and it certainly seems that way. I'm no expert in this type of thing, but it does seem strange that Russian tanks would put a letter on their vehicles that doesn't exist in their alphabet. And it's interesting that the media are talking about it and saying, it's a mystery. Why are they putting a Z on their tanks? So they are making you aware of it, okay? 33 is a number that has crept up again and again, especially throughout the last 2 years. A number that some people say appears on news stories as a symbol to show to certain people that it's not actually real, okay? That's what some people say. So anyway, that's an interesting video. I'll leave a link below. Now again, if this kicks off, the propaganda is going to be rife. Discernment is going to be needed. Question what you are seeing in the video clips that appear online and think back to all of the media trickery that has been used over the past 2 years, which has been used to provoke reactions in people. Observe what is happening in a critical way and don't let it consume you. Don't let external media affect you emotionally? If it does, switch it off, as there is very little anybody can do to control what is happening, or at least what the media put out. But you can control how you react to it, or if you watch it at all, and how much you believe what you are being told. And let's face it, you can't trust the media, you can't trust them to tell you the time. Stay safe, stay sane, look after those who are close to you, and come and subscribe to hugotalks.com, and I'll see you later.